dress code is way stricter than ours. I'm sitting here in
Uh,
like sweatpants and a hockey jersey. But
I'm just glad that it's not showing off the pajama pants I got on. We wore a collar shirt with the piece, you know. We got to come out in spades for these two because it's Yoshidora and Asimo that are
yeah.
going to be playing each other in losers semifinals of this tournament here. Getting it started. Let's see who takes it.
Next time I'll wear a collared shirt and a tie with the Zumba pants that I'm currently rocking. So we're
Hell yeah.
that's a that is a how can you tell I was in professional wrestling? But we are in loser
Mhm.
semifinals, and yeah, top four. And it's a great accomplishment for everyone here, but these two have tasted success far greater than that. And that success today will come at the expense of the other. It's Asimo versus Yoshidora on small battlefield.
Mm. Definitely two fan favorites here that have to kind of eliminate one another in
Mm,
order to continue their run in through this bracket. You have to fight through Raru and Nicola now to take the tournament here, and I could see either one making a glorious story out of it. But at the moment, it's Ashima who's making the better case, taking that first stock off of Yoshidora like it was nothing. But here comes Yoshidora with these tech chases, something that he has been struggling a little bit with during this bracket. We saw it against Masa. He wasn't quite able to get the tech chases that he wanted, which is why he's down and loses in the first place. But we're going to need to
true.
see him bring those back on deck if we want to take stocks off of Ashima.
We're seeing now yeah, I mean, what you're seeing from Asimo has always been just like a willingness to get aggressive, but also, with that aggression, with the ability to throw out those hitboxes, a, a sort of cautiousness that you would think would put him at a disadvantage, but really just comes down to smart use of fireball, smart use of
Mm,
the down tilt, anything to space out Yoshidora to the extent that you can. And though you saw Yoshidora maybe thinking about doing a footstool there, at least that's what it was kind of looking like. I mean, Yoshidora right now not really getting much of a foothold on this thing. Good out of shield nair to put Asimo off of the stage. Still looking for that first stock take, forward throw into egg, looking for it, and eventually takes it off of the up air just
mm.
below ledge. But yeah, this is Asimo right now. Again, you're playing aggressively, but also like not really. You're playing safe. All of this stuff
Yeah.
feels really safe.
That's all you need to do, man. That's how Ashima likes to play it. This is Ryu. This is what the man does. He is the FGC character with the best projectile of that Shakugan. So he's going to continue to throw it out in any position that he can. You don't have to go in on your opponent. And look at those opportunities where Yoshidora has the approach, and we're able to swat him away, either with the back air. If he comes in too close, tries to shield in front of us, we're going to hit him with the elbow. There's a lot of things that Ashima can do, and none of them involve him
Oh,
having to run at the opponent, which is great.
yeah, and you saw the Tatsu taking the stock, Asimo with just about a full stock lead. But now you got to jab with the World Warrior if you want to get yourself back into this. And even though, yeah, look, I love me some Yoshi jab too. I like pressing the big. I am a pocket Yoshi. I like to press the green red button with one hand and eat glue with the other. But I am
Nice.
yeah, no, look, hey, if nothing else, I know the character. But same time, you utilize that frame three nair. You want to be able to have clear airspace so you can do things like pursuing bear. You can, or just sort of that option of dare at ledge. Problem is that gets shielded. That's punishable. That's extremely punishable. And Asimo is the kind of thing like if you do Shotokan karate, the most effective strategy is counter punching. That is certainly true with Ryu.
We've done so much damage with these fireballs so far. It's a hard set to look at. Where both these players are kind of at somewhat equal percents at the moment. They're both bleeding red, but Ashimov just has that whole stock to work with because of the work that he put in early. The aggression was there early days, and we're taking him off the top of the board there.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! Damn, Ryu.
goodness me,
This man, I thought he
Asimo.
had hands, but he has feet as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you saw that the KO option of Tatsumaki is
Mm,
that's one of the more effective ones in the game. I mean, you have that thing pursuing, you have that thing chasing rolls. It is Asimo is no joke. Knows how to pilot this character, and even though it's interesting how, I mean, Ken was obviously the Shoto of choice early on in this game's life cycle. It feels like Ken is
mm.
selected over Ryu, in a number of these games. Now that I think about it, I also play Third Strike, so I've
Yeah.
seen Kens out the wazoo. Believe me, as we go to small battlefield for game number two. But yeah, it's the obviously if you saw those commercials from back in the day, it's the Third Strike that counts, and it's Asimo making it count here. Although Yoshidora
Oh.
egg shenanigans at ledge from go to KO in 17 seconds. That's how you get a little bit of wind in your sails.
It was a very very unforced error from Ashimo to have that stock fly off. It was the air dodge. He thought he'd be able to mash out of the egg in time and just air dodge back to stage. It's a good option, kind of like a wave land. It's a smash ultimate. It's not quite a wave land, but we still like to call it that. But instead, he wave landed below the stage, below the ledge, was not able to recover with all the end lag that the air dodge has. And it's unfortunate thing of these FGCs, especially when they're
Oh,
off stage, they do not have a lot of options. Yoshidora capitalizing now. He's the one with the stock lead, and he's playing like it.
doing well thus far, and Asimo again on a five set win streak and showing why here, but at the same time has yet to put on a whole lot of damage as Yoshidora is willing to kind of throw out those hitboxes on the ground and make Asimo sort of walk up to him, trying to lull him to a false sense of security, see if you can get some sort of reversal at ledge, but still that egg lay fresh in Asimo's mind as you are
Mm.
going to get a little bit of frustration let out with that Shoryuken, but getting back to stage through focus attack. And again, you're realizing that this Yoshi likes to keep himself. You're kind of playing the two-lane game with him. You know that you're not going to see him grounded all the time, so maybe Fireball is not as effective as you would like. I'm thinking maybe short hop Fireball from a distance just to keep Yoshidora's feet on the ground, but just as well those down tilts into Tatsu to pile on just a little bit of damage. Not going to be enough to keep you from going down a stock, but it's still something, right? As Yoshidora
Hmm.
goes up 2 stocks to 1.
It's signs of life, and that's all we need to see from Asher at the moment. As long as he's not too taken aback by the early stock that he kind of lost himself, it's not really one that Yoshidora took. It's one that Ashimo just gave up. But he's not giving up this game. He's continuing to put the fight on, still at 0% on this last stock here. If we're able to see him take it, jab, jab, sure, we don't have any rage to work with, but it won't matter for this World Warrior. He's got a strong fist, and he's going to show it straight to this dragon. Or is it the
Oh.
Tatsu? Not going to take stock yet, but 124, we're looking good. Only
Oh.
5.3% of a deficit. Ashimo has brought this game right back.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, this is you think that Ryu's done work on a heavy bag, and Yoshidora, I mean, look, that's a heavy dinosaur. I don't know what to tell
It's
you.
a
There's
big
a
guy.
lot of weight in that. I mean, just look at his head. Goodness gracious. Why do you
The
think
nose is
Fair is so
insane.
Why do you think Fair is so strong? But it's yeah,
True.
thank you Yoshidora. But we're seeing now Asimo with the grabs. You know what that means if you're heavy, I don't care what your jump is looking like. That means you're vulnerable. That means I am able to combo you even if it's only like, strings of 2 or 3 hits. I can do more than enough, and that back air going to send Yoshidora off of the stage. Although you have the aerial mobility to maybe negotiate, you're going to get jabbed, and the tilt catching him with that heavy right hook, right? I mean, into the Tatsu at the ledge, nowhere to run, and perhaps nowhere to hide in the air as Yoshidora holding on to that second jump to make it back to the stage, but you have nowhere to go beyond that. That is a chase down to the ledge into the Tatsu. And what else can you do when you have your opponent up against the ropes and swing away like that? That is a comeback victory from Asimo that you need to see if you want to
Hmm.
see Asimo starting to progress through this bracket. And Yoshidora now, all of a sudden, battered, bruised, bloodied, but not yet beaten.
I mean, Ashimo being able to come back from the entire stock deficit of an SD, I don't know if it's showing signs of a 3-0 here for this set, but unless Yoshidora is able to
Yeah.
pull out something, it's something that I want to see a bit less of from him is getting punished on shield. There's a lot of times when Yoshidora is kind of putting out these hitboxes and just letting himself get punished by Ryu out of shield. It's either our positioning's not quite there, we thought we'd chip through the shield, didn't quite get it. It's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how you have to play the game. Maybe playing a bit more into Yoshi's drift is what we might need to see if we're going to bring this one back. But Ashimo not wanting to let him do it, Just going to continue to keep the pressure on with these fireballs, trying to catch him on the ledge with that back air as well. But still neck and neck on percents. Who will take that first stock? Could be
It's funny
devastating.
because yeah. Oh, sorry about that. No, I think
I
it's
hear
one of
you.
those things where yeah, you almost have to play into the drift and assume that Asimo isn't going to pursue with aerials of their own and put themselves at
Mm,
risk, right? Because it's, I mean, Yoshidora, you have to think a loss like that where you had such a significant lead at the beginning is pretty demoralizing. Because in the way that you were able to clean things up, if you're Asimo, I mean, that's one of those things that almost bolsters your belief even more so than perhaps that grand finals victory over Akala just last month in certain ways. But Yoshidora now proving to be a challenge for Asimo, though not reflected in the score. Asimo has been more than willing to meet it. This is full rage now for Yoshidora, or at least it was 2 seconds ago. Asimo is in a pretty good position here and not looking like someone who's all that scared of the best Yoshi in the world.
yeah, man is primed and ready to continue his run through this bracket. Ashimo has been absolutely unrelenting as soon as he got sent to losers by Masa. Yoshidora,
Oh,
though, not going to go out without, not going to go out of the whisper. He's going to go out with a big old tail, sending Ashimo up into the top blast zone now. As we continue to try to drift in with these aerials, but Ashimo, once again, this is the Street Fighter in him. He's catching Yoshidora out of the air.
oh,
He's hitting these anti-airs. He's hitting these approach options. It's kind of what these FGCs do.
yeah, and now you're seeing, oh, you rolled right into the tail of
Hmm.
Yoshi. That tilt is awfully good and gets him up into the air. Yoshidora trying to get as much mileage, as much damage as you possibly can off of that down air, maybe avoiding the last hit that sends him straight up into the air, but catching him on the dash grab and puts him into the fair position.
Jesus.
Yoshidora is not going to go quietly into the night at 122% and two stocks in hand. Asimo is going to fight and put Yoshidora into tournament stock position. Although Yoshidora looking prepared and perhaps ready to accept the challenge.
Almost dragging him off the stage there with that down air. Ashimo not fainting in that very precarious position as Yoshidora continues to put the shield pressure on, but once again, it's Ashimo who gets the better of it. His shield game is just that little bit better than Yoshidora's pressure.
Oh,
But the off stage is where Yoshidora can make his
oh,
money, missing the forward air, which is unfortunate. But now you're stuck in your shield. Yoshidora coming out with his nair, being able to drift away. Even if we weren't able to hit through that focus, we're keeping ourselves alive here. It is still neck and neck. It's so scary right now between these two. Yoshidora could keep his run going, or Ashimo could end it right here, right now. Wanted to do it with that F tilt into a back air, but
oh,
now we're chasing, trying to find a Shoryu. Nothing is connecting. Ah!
oh, this is Chansey. You're going to get the kick into the face. And a demonic comeback almost from Yoshidora. Asimo snuffs it out. And that is going to be a 3-0 for Asimo. The run of destiny perhaps continuing for this Ryu. And as they're looking for a repeat championship, one step closer. Asimo will now have to fight Raru, the Sumabato League leader,